sit in here.
Okay, so there's 6 of us now. No rush on my end. I'm just saying that like we could probably start whenever. We can wait too. Up to you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Shall we get going?
Yes. Good.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna start the recording. And we are recording now. Okay. Oh, cannot minimize Zoom when you're recording this meeting. Okay. Do you want to open the meeting, G? And okay, I gotta find a way to resolve this.
I am connecting to the pad.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, I'll have to hand over at 8:30 sharp because I have to be at the General Assembly of the Pride Party at 10:30, and the road will take me at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, who are in attendance today? Emma Bailey Keith, myself, Ray is excused. Unexcused is Kuhn. We have any news from him?
And Nikolai, we haven't heard from him in a while.
Okay. Alternate board members. No, that's not an alternate board member, even though it's a subversion of a board member. Dan is here. Where's Gregory?
Gregory is
attending.
He's excused.
Okay, then.
And he won't be available till well, April 4th. No phone or nothing.
No, he spoke about the trip to Indonesia or something like that.
No, totally different thing now.
Okay.
He's going into solitude, so to say.
Okay, no problem. Then, do we have any updates from Etienne or what's his name?
Adam.
Yeah.
Well, busy in Hanover.
Okay, that's fair enough. So the meeting is opened at 8:07 by myself. The meeting will be chaired up until 8:30 by me, and then will be taken over by Bailey or someone else.
Okay, so I came fully willing to chair the meeting, but because I'm recording the meeting, it's not letting me like minimize Zoom, so I can't see the agenda. Like I can't look at the pad while we're.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. So I was gonna say Thomas wants to.
Yeah. The actual quorum is achieved. Technically speaking, since there are two board members not available, we have a higher quorum since Dan is here, and we assume that he is representing one of the two other board members. So the quorum is at 5. Simply. Recording has started at 8:07. There are no postal votes. The vote of Ray has been delegated to Bailey. So, approval of the minutes. I'm not having to read them aloud. They are hereby approved. Reports. To my great shame, nothing toward PPI, as I have taken on a new job and have a current workload of 52 hours a week.
Wow. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is, Bailey.
Okay. Sorry, I've talked over you before by mistake, so I just didn't want to do that.
No problem. No problem.
So I also don't have anything to report. I've been a very bad vice chair, to be honest. I have done nothing for PPI. I have literally just been working and sleeping. Like had a little break in there, but even then it was like really like I couldn't do anything. All I could do is just like recuperate a little bit. So I'm very sorry about that. I don't have anything to report, but yeah. It doesn't feel good. I feel really out of the loop with everything. That's another thing, is that like I feel like I've been so like detached from everything just because I have been working all the time, and like it really sucks, to be honest. It doesn't feel good. But yeah. I'm done.
So next in line, Keith, please go ahead.
Okay, so sorry about that. Pass the baby. So I've been trying to catch up on our EcoSoc stuff, arrange people for this DSCS meeting in New York. I haven't done the stuff in Geneva, so Guillaume or someone in your circle, it would be good to make a summary of all the meetings coming up in Geneva, and to try and see if we can get people who want to go. Besides that, doing the TT3 cleanup, still we have our invoices outstanding. Other than that, I did the mailing lists and a few other things, and I really want us to start working hardcore on this. We have less than 2 weeks to finish this document on the right to privacy. And that's it for me.
Okay, Kuhn, not here. Nikolai, not here. Ray, business as usual. Okay. Thomas?
And nothing out of the normal, so just continue, please.
Okay. Adam, not here. Etienne, not here. Dan?
Hi. I started talking to Keith about a trip, a meeting, a gathering of pirate people in Czech Republic. In this week, I started to think how we could organize that, but I received an invite for us to play in support band of Brazilian, a singer from Brasilia where I live, and she wants some money to play outside Brazil in certain period of the year. So it can be the same date and the kind of stuff. So I have to see when it be to continue to see the possibility of uh, continue. Just a second, it's 3 a.m. here. I'm trying to find the word. Yes, I'm seeing the possibility of this of organizing this gathering, but I will have the answers this week. If it happens, maybe I could not. Maybe I could not to organize this, but there is a chance that it won't happen. So I can come back to organize the trip. But I'm seeing this week, and I will give answers mainly to Keith.
Just to update on Dan, I think we'll talk about it later, but I think it's an informal invitation, so we can wait. We don't have to let them know too far in advance.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that's good. Gregory is excused. I would like to push up the technical stuff first before ECOSOC so that I can address a few things, and then go back to the ECOSOC track, if that's okay with everyone. Okay. Web page. I think that not only us, but also Paradigms is somewhat lagging behind. We need to and it's not a tech stuff, it's more communication stuff. Actually, we need to work on creating more content and presenting the content. It's easy for me to say that right now, but honestly, the past few months have been quite horrendous, and the level of motivation sometimes is not the one that could lead to creating content. But that is on my personal side. I think that we need to address that by having a fixed plan of newsletter releases where we all pitch in and create little segments in a newsletter, a 10-liner at most on given subjects on a monthly basis. What do you think of that proposal?
I think that's a really good idea.
Yep, we should just do so and provide content plus maybe inviting members, member parties and other volunteers to hand in articles which can be publicized on our webpage as well, because I believe there's a lot of stuff going on around the world and people need to be informed, so we should just invite them.
Yeah, but in a very synthetic format. I think 10 lines is already quite a lot to start with, and then we can put that upscale it. Is that okay?
Fair enough. We just need to get it started.
Exactly.
Just sorry, a technical question. Is this going to be a newsletter sent by email, and to what email lists?
No, well, that was.
No, it doesn't. It's not about being distributed on mailing lists. It's about creating the content, having, let's say, 5 mini articles that we can upload. And then if we do a newsletter, then it can be made available and pushed down either PB leaders or something like that, or members, and we have it covered. Nothing complex, just the bare minimum for now, and then we'll figure out and go further down the road on doing greater and bigger things. But first, let's revive that with a very simple, nimble execution, and then try to go with full articles and stuff like that, so that people are not dragged into translating large articles and making huge complex things, but rather relate to this and then have a link to their own articles in their own language. And Google Translate is our universal friend, 3 little dots, or any other translation platform for that matter.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Bailey.
I was just gonna say about like where to distribute it, like Keith's question. I think it could go on like PP Leaders and the website and stuff also. Like, I think it's something that could be like really shared everywhere. Website, email lists, all of that. I also agree with like keeping things fairly short, like, you know, not having too much like super long, complex stuff on there because of like translation and stuff. But like, I think it is something that should be very member driven. Like, I think that we could, like, as a board, part of it could maybe be like board updates, like about, you know, like official business kind of stuff. But like, for the most part, I think it would be really cool if it was like members writing about their experiences and what they're doing. And
yep, but for that we have first to rekindle the process.
Definitely.
And the idea is that each mini article is broadcasted on the PPI Twitter and on PPI Activism as well.
Yeah, definitely.
To give it visibility.
Yep.
Second point, it's more about the infrastructure and the struggle that Bastian and his team have gone through. Unnoticed to us, there has been a lot of turnaround in the team, and there's been situations that have been left in precarious stance. And Bastian and the remainder of the team have addressed these issues in a very good way, given the means they have and the time constraints and the difficulties they've been facing. And I would like to thank them for that. That is one big element in the delays that we have seen in terms of service delivery, because they had to recover quite a few areas of work and bring along and tag along a migration path that is not very easy to follow. I think that also there have been quite a few rattle and shaking at the doors of at the gates of the castle, and there have been attacks on our infrastructure that they have defeated. And I would like to thank them for the work they've done to manage the infrastructure and make sure that it was available to us. Talking about infrastructure, I would like you to have a look at the platform from Framasoft. Framasoft is a free, I would say, on the principle of the GNU project, they have done a free online collaborative environment, Framasoft. Yeah. And they have a very advanced Etherpad cluster. I have discussed with them, and not only are they ready to help us, they are making available their infrastructure and also providing cookbooks in order to implement our own to the same level of advanced service they have. So they're not hiding anything. We can directly take over what they have done in terms of integration. The only hurdle there is the language barrier, meaning that they have French or English right now. They're releasing German, and that is a call for action that we can make, is that if anyone wants to contribute translating to a language their platform, either German, Italian, Spanish, or any other languages, they are more than welcome to help. And I think that the concept that they have is very good, the way that they're handling it. Because for one, they have a core, a set of applications, and you will be baffled when you see the amount of applications they have. It goes from mind mapping all the way to voting. So there is a large amount of application. They have an integration path, meaning that you can use one central identity management for all services. And I believe that for PPI, it would be a right move to do, to start using their infrastructure. And down the road, when we have regained control on Renbind and other urgent projects that we have to complete, start developing a pirate hub with the same level of application coverage to offer to all pirate parties, and ask for sponsoring for that, so that we have a reliable central platform for all parties, and we can then provide that for anyone that wants to use it, with or without contributions to the operation. With that roadmap, let's say over the 8 or 10 next months, is something that you would adopt? That was the question.
Well, good question. I got the question. Took me a bit longer to realize it. In a way, I believe we should adopt Framasoft. If we would have liked to have that on our, so to say, own service, I think we should ask Bastian and his team about the possibilities, etc. First, thinking we could ask him next time. I believe, I don't know if Bastian is available at the moment, so we can come to a final conclusion on this idea. Because, but in general, I'm in favor of this very idea, to help out other parties, to give them a platform.
Yeah, that will be discussed, but for now, for our own use, already attempt to use their tools and gradually move away. Well, first of all, move away from piratenpad.de, because in the current state we can call it unmanaged, and that is the first element. We need to have a managed platform, and Framasoft is a managed platform of high quality with current releases and maintenance being rolled out. I mean, when you see their Etherpad, you're not going to be liking what we have.
Yeah, well, in general, we should switch within the upcoming weeks. Conquering the words you've done about the unmanaged stuff for the PyroPad. But I believe that will be kind of process. So I believe we need to look up Framasoft, so we might be able to set up something until the next meeting.
Yeah, I think it's something worth looking into for sure.
So let's go that way and look it up till next meeting. So maybe we have a next time available on Framasoft. So why not?
Then let's start by using it for us, and then use it for others. I'll just share this. Zoom. So you can see a snapshot of it, but I'll go to this. Basically, you have a full text editor at your hand. You have multiple access options. Where is it? My folder on pads. There we go. And you can structure basically the private paths into folders, meaning that you have a better overview of what you're given access to and how you provide access on a folder basis. There you go. And you can add users as well. So you can manage the users on a folder basis and on a document basis.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that was that. Let's have a look at it. So let's set up for our purposes for the next meeting. So we might give it a start with the next meeting.
Yeah, I think we should definitely look into it, and maybe we should talk to the tech team also about it. Like, this is the first time it's been brought up, and like we don't have everyone here, and we probably should have a conversation with the tech team before we make any final decisions. But like, I mean, I like
we can
it.
already use that instead of Puritan Pad. That's for sure. I mean, it's
yeah, definitely, yeah.
It will take us, I think, 2-3 weeks to adopt it, probably until the next board meeting, and then the project of creating a platform can be discussed then, inviting Bastian to participate, so that we can create something that is interesting and fund also resources that can help us, either funding the tech platform or I mean the server platform, and use maybe a hosting solution that is distributed around the world for that purpose. We'll see then what we can do, but this is one of the things that we can do. So what I suggest is we narrow down the decision and say, okay, we are moving away from Carat and Pad.de and using Framasoft for now. And also that we decide that we will have a workshop on the future of these tools down the road.
Sounds good.
Okay. So first decision, do we move to Framapad?
I think we already decided for going for it.
Yeah, but we need to formalize it.
Not really. It's a working tool.
Okay. But then let's make it clear that we use it.
And yeah, I wrote in there already. We will start working with the pad soon, so I think it's clear.
Okay.
But it's an experiment for now.
I wouldn't say it's an experiment, Keith.
Okay.
For me, transitioning to Framasoft pad is like moving away from one pad going to the next generation. It's a one release update. We're going one step upward in terms of features. That is not a new tool. It is that we're changing version of the tool and that's it. Because it's not reliable and that we're not banging our heads against the wall every day because it's not available.
Exactly. I'm fully with Guillaume.
Okay.
And this way we can go ahead with the thing. So let's prepare an agenda item for next meeting, and in the meantime, find some time to discuss. Is Bastien on wire?
Nope.
Can you make him come on wire?
Nope.
So we can have a discussion along with him on over the week.
For sure, no. Well, if you didn't want to contact Bastien, better use Twitter, so to say. It's easier.
What is this 20th century person? It's so 2005 to use Twitter to get in contact.
Yeah, well, to put it simple, some people believe in minimizing all the tools being used.
If you only knew how many messaging platforms I'm using. Okay. Then we'll find a way to do that. Okay. Mailing list merge. One key element is that PP leaders discussion and PP leaders are two different things in nature. The PP leaders discussion was a chat, quote unquote, mailing list that was killed because of the abuses that were occurring on it. And there is no need for synchronization. There are two really different tools in nature. In that respect, we should let them live their separate lives. PP Leaders Discussion has been replaced by two major tools. One is the different discussion groups on Facebook, how ironical. And the other one is the Telegram global group that we have.
I mean, those aren't really official channels.
PP Leaders Discussion was never an official channel.
It was.
A discussion group
It was.
amongst leaders.
Guillaume, I have to object because it was official, saying, well, PP Leaders was for information only, and all further discussion should be going on PP Leaders Discussion.
Yeah, but I mean, they have been supplanted by the the Pirate Party's admin group on Facebook and the Telegram group that is as discussion.
In a way, it's still existing. So I'd like to keep it that way. As we know, we have the other channels. I don't know about the Facebook group, all of them, but Telegram I have and use, and so I believe we would try to spread our information as wide as possible, and even our discussion.
I don't mind, Thomas. But the thing is that PP Leaders Discussion was on a voluntary basis.
Nope. There was an official decision by the board.
No. What I'm saying, the attendance to PP Leaders Discussion.
That was voluntary based, yeah. And
PP Leaders is the de facto official channel that needs to be maintained.
Exactly. But I wouldn't object having the discussion group still in existence for whom want to use it.
So just practically, if I can just raise a point, practically speaking, when I send a mail, and I've been the only one sending mails through these, I end up having to copy the mail and send it to both lists because I'm trying to get the word out to as many people as possible. So it would be great if I could add everyone to the same list, and then I could just send it to one mailing list. This is just a small
that would be the leaders list. That's what I read down. We should go out and reach out to our members again, who needs to be on the list, because it's spreading information to our members and even non-members. So they should be on it in a way, because sometimes even email is the way to contact people.
And so I would like to make a post on our website about the mailing lists. I think that's another new content thing we could write about for people to sign up. Maybe we can, if we could make a little form, that would be great. About reminding about Facebook groups and Telegram, you're absolutely right, and I actually should be using those media as well to communicate, not just the mailing lists. I would also like to make a members mailing list. We've just been copying every time from our spreadsheet to make a more updated mailing list for the members. And that seems to be different from PP Leaders because that's official invitations to our event. We do have a list for that. We just haven't made an official mailing list.
Okay, someone is objecting behind you on that idea. Now, we could do that, yeah. And I think that it's meaningful to have a member list. So basically, push down. Can we import actually import addresses in the mailing list manager, Thomas?
Sorry, say again, please.
Can we import a direct list to the
Yep, definitely, yes. Manager? Definitely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can import a CSV.
Okay, then let's make it happen for the members.
So yeah, I can take care of that. So, but just one technical question: am I or am I not synchronizing PP leaders or PP leaders discussion? It seems you want me to take, if this is okay, to take the emails from PP leaders discussion that aren't in PP leaders and add them to PP leaders. Can I do that?
I wouldn't.
Technically not, since it's on the membership on PP leaders discussion is a voluntary membership. But you can ask the people that are not on the list the difference between the two lists. You have to ask them directly if they want to be put on the list. Because some of the people will say, you're handling my data without my authorization. And neither in Switzerland nor in Germany can we do that.
Okay, so I will actually, and another thing I noticed, one reason I think we haven't been getting mails, and I think people have been trying to send them, is to send a mail now, you have to add groups in the address. And so I'm going to send a mail making that clear to people. Again, if I can't send it to leaders because they're not allowed to post to leaders, but just into the groups, into the discussion, if people want to post there, need to add, they don't have the correct email instructions.
Well, yeah, it moved from lists to groups.pp international. And that, yes, but actually you can write an article and post it on the main site saying we migrated the mailing lists. You can find us now at.
Okay, I think we're done with that conversation. That wasn't meant to take long.
Okay. So I'll remove myself from the meeting, kicking myself out because I'm already late. I'm going to arrive just 5 minutes before the opening now. Still going to survive that, but going to be somewhat tedious ride. Okay, guys, I wish you a great Sunday. The ones that have changed time, I wish them a good jet lag. And catch you later.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for attending, and please give our regards to your people as well.
I will do so.
That's what I was going to say. Have a good meeting.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So I carry on, and so I know, Keith, you've done a lot of stuff about the United Nations. So, well, I'd say better say just go for it, because just reading it isn't life. I believe you're fully into it.
Okay, so we've had 2 new members, actually 3 new members that want to attend the DCS, which stands for the, anyway, it's the meeting, it's that meeting, Development Cooperation Forum. It's May 21st, May 22nd, and those 2 members are Saida Al-Hura, who goes by the name Maggie, I think, or Margaret, and Joseph Klein from Pirate Party, Wisconsin, and as well as Liz Gorski, and all 3 of them have given me their personal information for making the ground pass. And Oad Shemtov from my party, who's based in New York, can also come, and I'm also going to try and go. So I just want to get approval. We've already approved, I believe, Oad and Liz, just to approve Saida and Joseph. Is that okay with everyone, that they will also come on our ground pass, temporary ground pass for this event?
I think nobody will object, because we need volunteers to help us out.
And Saida, in addition to the already approved. Agreed. Yes.
I think nobody will object, so I'd say unanimously.
Anyway, if you want to write your line on 157 just for the formality of it.
If you would like to have an official vote, there's no vote needed, I believe. That's work on the run.
Okay, Bailey, it's okay with you?
Yeah, I just can't put my name down.
I wrote it for you.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's fine. I will send those. I will put up the letters and have them. And Guillaume's going to have to print them out and sign them and fax it to me or scan it to me. Okay. I also wrote down below that the other events that are coming up. So besides that, in July at the UN in New York, there's going to be a segment from Global to Local, supporting sustainable resilient societies in urban and rural communities. That also sounds interesting for us. And as far as what's going on, as I said, in Geneva, I'm hoping that the Swiss Pirate Party will keep up to date on what's going on in Geneva. And as well, I'm hoping this can make a good bond with us in the US Pirate Party and start to get them involved. Thomas, you had mentioned this COP24 in Poland. I could not find any information on registering through our ECOSOC. So it seems to me they would just have to register on their own through the website.
Same on other sites. I haven't found anything, but I'm still on it, trying to find out. But I believe they will have a late entry for it. So I believe at the moment. A late entry meaning opening the registration a bit later. I don't know when.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait for updates on that. And finally, that UN collaborative paper. As you saw, I made that had the right to privacy in the digital age, I think was the title. Yeah, no one's added anything to that pirate pad yet. So, and not that I've added very much either, but I just added a few ideas under some of the topics. I basically split up the call for papers into the topics from so that we could organize our ideas. I talked to one professor who said he would help. I hope he does. This isn't exactly my field. So things like surveillance and communications interception, role of business enterprises, encryption and anonymity. I assume you all have some comments on these. So if you can, please go to that pad and add them.
Yeah, well, I spread the news on the webpage, as you know. Plus, I also try to spread it up to as many channels possible within the Pirate Party of Germany, hoping that somebody will help out.
Yeah, maybe if I try and sit down and give us a starter, or someone else tries to sit down and give us just like a bit of a starter that people can start to edit, it'll start to flow a little better.
Yeah, might be. Let's do it on the run within this week. Maybe we just join and hop up for say half an hour and give it a start.
Okay. Anyway, that's it for UN stuff as far as I can tell.
Okay. Anything else about the United Nations today? Nope. Let's continue with conferences. Knowing we've had the Think Twice conference and Keith just knows it, that there might be the possibility to get funding from the municipality of Jerusalem if the conference is about size 200 to 300 people. So their team is about to gather these kind of information, and hopefully we can talk about it some of the upcoming meetings to see if we can go for it or not. Just mentioning it today so that it won't get lost on the run.
Okay, I'll follow up with Noam about that. I assume he's
Yep, he is. Okay. The other thing is the Pirate Security Conference, as we've been being part of the last conference, so to say. And next one's supposed to be in 2019, and I believe we should follow up talking to the main organizer if we could go for taking over or whatever, maybe next year. But I believe we need to have Alexander being contacted. I believe Guillaume would be best for that.
Does it have to be in Munich with the regular security conference?
Well, it's supposed to be a side conference to the Munich Security Conference. So in a way, maybe, but that needs to be discussed as well, as I know there have been discussions ongoing if we should switch to some other place, for example, Prague, but that's an ongoing discussion. So I'd say we should ask, so Guillaume is not available at the moment, ask Guillaume to contact Alex Kohler to about the conference in 2019.
Ray has some comments about that too in the pad there.
Yeah, critically about decision about X numbers of theft. Yeah, exactly. That's part of the process. It's about money as well. I know about the budget, etc., but not the upcoming conference. But I believe Alexander should be asked for first because he is the Mr. Pirate Security Conference in a way. So, any other things to say about the PC? No. General Assembly, that's a thing we need to have this year again. And I'd say let's try to call for whatever for late autumn for having a real life meeting somewhere, hopefully outside of Europe and Asia, because we've been to Europe and Asia before, and other continents might be good as well.
I really like the idea, like both of those ideas, having a physical GA with everybody.
Yeah, the video will be taken care of, I believe, as well.
Cool.
Well, not to be, but that needs to be in the prescription of the call for.
Yeah. I also like the idea of it being somewhere outside of Europe. I mean, I love Europe. I love, but most of them are in Europe. So I think it would be cool to switch it up.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, our goal is to have a big physical GA in the autumn?
Including the video stuff. If so agreed upon, I'd like to prepare so to say the call for. I'll volunteer. If nobody objects.
So it will be the hybrid idea of the last GA.
It will be hybrid as well, but should be physical mainly. So the rest who cannot attend will be there by video.
Yeah, we'll definitely, yeah, it should always have video. Like there should always be remote participation because obviously not everybody is going to be able to make it, unfortunately. But I think that this time, since the last GA which was also hybrid, but like it was mostly, I mean, it wasn't a big gathering. It was like a few of us getting together. But I think that this next one should really be like, we should try and make it big, like, as many people as possible to come and just make it a really big, awesome thing.
Yeah, for sure. So if there's, do we have any other conference we have to remember today or take care of? No. Fundraising, merchandising. Thank you, Keith, for taking over with the invoices for the Think Twice conference. Thank you very much. As for merchandising, I would like to ask Denk Selbst e.V., Bastian's share, about taking over at interim, taking care of merchandising articles for the Pirate Party International, Pirate Parties International. Would that be okay? So I would like to have some kind of a mandate to discuss it with him.
Can you repeat that, Thomas?
Yeah, I tried to. About merchandising articles, I know Bastian is share of Denk Selbst, if I'll write it down right now. which is an association situated in Potsdam, an NGO as well. But they have the possibility to, well, do business stuff, so to say. So they might take over for merchandising articles on our behalf, so we would have some money for it, or gathering money out of it. But I'd like to have the mandate to discuss it with him on behalf of PPI.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Anyone here who objects? Okay, so I will do so. Thank you. Do we have anything else today on fundraising, merchandising? I believe we're still a bit tired, already tired. No, nothing. So if there's nothing else about, I'd switch over to any other business. And here is written down, Pirates meeting in the Czech Republic this summer, which is quite a nice idea.
This is what Dan was discussing earlier.
Yeah, exactly. But, well, I believe it's also part of it. So if there's something going on, I believe we should go for it in a way and see that even other parties, if it's ready, is spread to all the members. So the gathering might be a big one.
Well, no, the idea was we were going to do a small meeting and just have a few of us come over and meet them. We didn't discuss having like a big conference or anything. This was just it. They could host a few of us in a house somewhere there, and we could do some volunteer work and learn about their party. And they just stressed that the fall would not be good because they have elections. So that was the idea, to have it in the summer sometime. So that the summer doesn't work out, we can make it into the winter, I think. So it just seems to be like a friendly offer, nothing formal. And but I'm going to try and go this summer. I can't confirm it yet, but I'm going to try and go in August. And I'll update you more when my travel plans come together.
Yeah, fair enough. Do we have anything else for any other business today? Nope. So I'll just say, well, we meet us again on Monday, the 9th of April in 2018 at 1400 CEST, which is 12 UTC. So I hereby close today's meeting at 9:03 CEST. Thank you very much for attending.
And I am going to stop the recording.